Hello beautiful people, Zach Dowdy here. Welcome back to a new YouTube video. Today we're talking about how to skate big transition. We're in Solvang, California. I'm super hyped because there is a skate park here in Solvang, the Solvang skate park that I've been wanting to skate for a really long time. My friend Albert, now he comes here, he's always making transition tutorials, really showing off the different creative transition at this skate park. So we're going to talk about how to skate big transition, the uniqueness of it, the hard, the good, bad. First, I'm going to give you a little skate park tour. Street section right here is pretty cool. It's all downhill. That's the one thing that kind of works against you, I think, if you're a street skater. It's fun because it's almost like you're skating a hill and there's spots on the hill like little flat rails, Euro gap, ledges, kind of like a bank to tranny right here, quarter pipe. It is cool. I think the one caveat is like you can't really make your way back up the hill. You kind of have to stop, turn around, go back up and skate back down. Pretty cool little street section. Probably won't spend too much time here because this transition over in this bowl is so unique and crazy and I am here with Al, so we'll get some of his feedback on this topic as well. Let's get warmed up. Check out the bowl. A few years back, the Barracks was doing this thing with video parts called In Transition, and it was like transition video parts at skate parks. Al just let me know that Brad McLean did one here. He skated this park, so pretty cool park. You know, there's definitely a lot of different potential for filming, learning different tricks, a lot of opportunities here. That wall back there, really intimidating. It's really big, but I'm gonna try to grind it or do something on it. We'll kind of walk through that process, the fear, the scariness of doing it, the attempts of trying it, and then hopefully committing to it as well. Nice and warmed up, got the legs going, kind of feel more comfortable in this park. Going to a new skate park is always intimidating, especially if it's like big transition like this stuff behind me. I want to talk about some practical tips for keeping your speed. One thing that I find very common for beginner transition skaters, especially, is they have a lot of speed and then they lose it really fast. So we're going to talk about speed management and just keeping a consistent amount of speed, because I think that can give you a lot of confidence, and that's what skating is, a lot about the confidence, feeling comfortable on your board. So the first suggestion I have for managing your speed and keeping your speed is staying on the walls. Kind of pretend the flat ground is hot lava, so you can see where the seams are, where the transition starts, and where the flat ground begins. So a lot of the times what I do, especially if I'm in a new skate park, I try to just stay on the walls and see where it takes me. I'm not really planning it out. I'm literally just carving and trying to stay on the wall as long as possible. And the point of that is that you go up, you're losing your speed, but then you're gaining it as soon as you go down. So you're kind of carving the wall versus going straight up and straight down transition. Now, I go straight up and straight down, but chances are I'm gonna lose my speed really fast, and it's gonna be really scary, intimidating, where if you carve at it, take longer, wide strides of carving, and kind of just try to stay on the wall and almost just carve the wall without getting to the flat. It's really just going to give you more of a consistent amount of speed, and I think you're going to feel a lot more comfortable versus trying to just drop in and go straight to a wall and learn a trick. So first tip is get in a bowl and really just carve around all the corners. Try to pretend the flat ground is hot lava. Now, along with the flat ground being hot lava, it's sort of going to put you in this mindset of like staying on the walls. The second tip for keeping speed or getting speed to trying tricks or trying something, I've never been to the skate park before, so I really don't know how to skate it too well. I don't know the lines, but I really wanted a 5.0 across that channel over there. I couldn't figure it out. I was looking at it. I was like trying to figure out the different ways to get speed to that. Here's a really good tip, and I hope you use this one, but start at the spot that you want to try a trick. I have the ability to drop in there. If you don't have the ability, then literally just push from that wall. But my point is that you reverse engineer a line. So I started where I want to do the trick, and then where I ended is actually where I ended up starting the line. So basically I dropped in, kind of took wherever it took me naturally to those walls, and then by the time I lost my speed at that wall is where I dropped in. So the end point of where I started is now the starting point, and then my end point is where I execute the trick. And hopefully that doesn't sound too crazy, but basically you reverse engineer your line. So like think about where you want to do the trick and then go backwards and then start there. That's going to allow you to get speed and kind of get more acclimated with getting to that transition. I finally did get the 5.0, by the way. Super hyped.
So mentally, oh man, mentally that's hard. It's honestly, it takes years of experience to like, you know, get over mental barriers to do tricks. I've been skating for a long time. So one thing I do is I start, you know, I try it, I kick out till I almost land it. And then at one point or another, you're like, okay, I can keep kicking out and making my body sore so I can't skate the next day, or I can go for it. And by going for it, that's when you really learn, like if you slam, that's when you really learn like what you could have done wrong, and then you get back up there and you do it because you have all that anger off the slam. So sometimes the slams help, but also, you know, it's just you have to like allow yourself to go for it. You have to push yourself to get to do it, you know.
Will you elaborate on how do slams help?
Slams help because they really for most skaters, you know, they're trying, like we fall down, we get back up. So when you get the slam, you went for the trick. You know what you kind of did wrong and why you, yeah, it's confidence building. You kind of know what you did wrong, and then you can just go up there and correct your actions and get it right the next time.
So it gives you like motivation to go for it.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, all right, went for it. I slammed. I'm okay. Like nothing's broken. I'm good. Let's keep revving it. Let's try this again.
Yeah, pull that trigger.
Pull that trigger.
I have said it before, and I think some of you kind of commented that you don't hate it, but having a really wide stance allows you to do tricks more comfortably. I personally don't love the style and the way that looks aesthetically, but I do think it allows you to figure tricks out, figure out the transition a little more. So having a wide stance, quick little tip.
Yeah, that was sick. I've only ever seen you pose that trick, honestly. I've never seen you land that trick.
Really?
Fakie nose pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only ever seen you like get in it and jump off. I've actually never seen him land that. So
That's a lot of my skating.
that was crazy. I've honestly never seen anything like that from him.
Thanks, G. I'll take that one. That's all I needed. Third tip I have is staying extra compressed, staying low. Kind of think of it like a fast race car versus a truck going through corners. That's what we're doing here in these bowls. We're swerving through different weight distributions, heights and stuff. So like the more compact you can be, like a race car, sway bars on there, the less likely you're gonna tip over and fall over. I've seen this kid really recently going really fast through this bowl, but the thing is he was pumping the max, and then like when he was at his max, he was almost on his tippy toes of the board. That can be very dangerous because one wrong move and then you're just falling off. So I definitely think you never want to max out your legs unless you're like super comfortable, you're on flat, but staying a little bit compressed at all moments is going to give you a better center of gravity, less likely to fall over at the vertical or bigger transitions, or you're just going over humps. There's like a lot of humps in this bowl specifically. So if you're really tall over that, chances are you're going to go head over your heels. Really sketchy things can happen. So staying compressed is really good. I know all these are just kind of like practical transition tips. Let me know down below if you have any specific trick tips you'd like to have me or Al Burnell do. We'll do it. Had a great time here at Solvang Skate Park. We're gonna wrap it up and head to the beach. There's a quarter pipe like right on the beach, so stay tuned for that video. Make sure you smash that like button on this video if you enjoy transition tutorials. Kind of more practical tips. Sometimes I go more specific into tricks. Sometimes it's more just general stuff like this one. I think sometimes that's good because like I can go to specific tricks, but these kind of tutorials are gonna really allow you to progress and really think about it. And these are the things that I use every single time. So yeah, subscribe if you're not already. See you guys in the next one. MASH.